Shalom, shalom. All praise to Yahawah. Look, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight to the point with this one. Israel, for anybody who needs to hear this, man, this is just gonna be said. With Yahawah is a covenant of life. Dealing with this other shit, that's a covenant of death. It's just what it is. Yahawah's made that clear from the beginning. And so, in other words, we just need to make it simple. If you go to anywhere, to a building, it doesn't matter, and they tell you that somebody has to die for your sins, or they tell you that you have to die in order to have salvation, or that death has to be intermingled with it by any means. If anybody tells you this, you're not dealing with Yahawah God. I don't care if it's mega church, to street preaching, to private housing. It don't matter. If they're intertwining death in it, that's not Yahawah God. That is the covenant with death, period. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to walk you through some of the ways that that the prophets and the Torah tried to warn you about this covenant of death. So I'm going to say this again. If it's talking about dying, blood, dying for salvation, then I can wholeheartedly tell you, you are not dealing with the Most High. So let's go ahead, let's keep this going. So we're going to go ahead and start it off. First thing first, let's go to the book of Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus 21. I'll find this Moloch character. Shalom, shalom, anybody who's on. You know what, let's take it back. Let's just go ahead. Let's go up to Deuteronomy 18. Let's go to Deuteronomy 18, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to show characteristics of this covenant with death. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 18. We're going to start at verse number 10. All right. It says, there shall not be found among you one who causes his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or one who practices divination, an astrologer, or one who reads omens, a sorcerer, or animal charmer, one who inquires of Ov or Yadini, or one who consults the dead. For anyone who does these things is an abomination to Yahawah, and because of these abominations, Yahawah your Elohim banishes the nations from before you. So clearly, he's telling you, if you're even dealing with human sacrifice or talking to the dead, communication with the dead, then you're already going off. So let's go ahead, back it up by precept. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. We're going to go to Isaiah, the 8th chapter. Isaiah, the 8th chapter, and we're going to hit verse number 19. It says, if a people say to you, inquire of the necromancers and the diviners who chip and snort, respond, should not a people inquire of their own Elohim? Should we require of the dead for the living? Question mark. So let's stop right there. Let's break it down. It says, if a people say to you, inquire of the necromancers and the diviners who chip and snort. What is chip and snort? That's when you go into these mega churches and they're so-called speaking in tongues. The Most High has already told you don't deal with that. Why? Because he said, I send you to a people not of a hard language. So all of the murmuring, the talking in tongues, this is how you know you're dealing with these people who are trying to get you in this covenant of death. Read that again. If a people say to you, inquire of the necromancers and the diviners who chip and snort, respond, should not a people inquire of their own Elohim? Should we inquire of the dead for the living? Once again, that's that covenant with death. Let's keep going. Next precept. Let's go on up to Proverbs, the 8th chapter. We're gonna show you that if you're in any type, and I'm talking to Jake. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to you, Israel. If you're in any type of blood death covenant, then you're not dealing with the Most High. So this is going to be Proverbs 8, verse 36. But one who sins against me despoils his soul. All who hate me love death. You see that? So it's showing you. He's telling you. All the ones, you know what they say in those churches, all the law is done away with. No, it's not. Because the ones who teach you that, they love death. So let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and switch it into it. So let's go ahead and show you that the real power of YAHAWAH has nothing to do with that. And it's about preserving your life and giving you life. So we're going to go ahead. Let's start in the book of Job. Let's go in the book of Job. We're going to go to Job 33 and verse number 5. It says, the spirit of Elohim has made me, and a soul of the Almighty gives me life. Not death, not I have to die. It gives me life. All right, let's keep going. Next precept on that. We're going to go to the book of Psalms, and we're going to go to the 64th chapter, and we're going to go verse number 1. It says, for the conductor, a psalm by David. Verse number 2 as well. Hear, O Elohim, my voice and my prayer. From the dread of the foe, preserve my life. The Most High is about your life, not your death. So let's keep going. So we're going to go now to Psalm 43. No, I'm sorry. It's a lot. Let's go to Psalm 41 and 3. Psalm 41 and 3. It says, YAHAWAH will preserve him and restore him to life, and he will be happy on earth, and you will not give him over to the desire of his foes. The key in that is what? It says he will restore him to life. All right. So let's keep going. Next precept, let's go to Psalm 27. Psalm 27 and 1. By David, YAHAWAH is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? YAHAWAH is my life's strength. Whom shall I dread? So David is telling you, YAHAWAH is his life's strength. And we're going to back this all up with precept. Precept this all up. Because why? YAHAWAH's already telling you and letting you know he has nothing to do with this people having to die. YAHAWAH has to do with preserving and giving you life. So I'm going to say this again. If you're in this death covenant where somebody has to die for you, where you have to die to have salvation, you're being tricked. That's not the Most High. That's one of those fallen ones. Let's keep going. Next precept. So we're going to go to the book of Job. Let's go back in the book of Job. And we're going to prove that YAHAWAH preserves your life. Let's go back. Let's go back in the book of Job. Let's go to Job, the 5th chapter. All right, we're going to go to Job, the 5th chapter, and we're going to start at verse number 17. It says, behold, fortunate is the man whom Elohim rebukes. Do not despise the Almighty's discipline, for he inflicts pain and bandages it. He crushes, his hands heal. From 6 travails he will save you, and on the 7th no harm will reach you. In famine he will deliver you from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So you see that? This is talking about preserving your life. Because all of that other stuff, that's the death covenant, man. Like, I don't understand, man. I don't understand how much more. So let's keep going. You know what? Final precept, man. Let's go ahead. Well, now, last 2 precepts. Let's go ahead and wash them all up. And let's prove the last 2 things. Because the Most High is about giving you life. So let's go to Deuteronomy 30. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30th chapter. It's like I said, the Most High is about giving you life. And we're going to show you why that's so important that we give all honor and praise and glory to the Most High. All right. Deuteronomy, we're going to go to Deuteronomy 30th chapter. Salak, forgive me. It's kind of, man, I'm just going off the spirit right now, man. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 30, and we're going to go to verse 19 and 20. It says, I call heaven and earth today to bear witness against you. I have placed life and death before you, blessings and the curse. You shall choose life, so that you will live, you and your offspring, to love YAHAWAH your Elohim, to listen to his voice, and to cleave to him, for he is your life. Did you hear that? It said, for he is your life. So do you understand what that means? That means when you stop and those breaths you taking, that don't belong to you. That belong to him. I'm going to read that again. It says, verse number 20. To love YAHAWAH your Elohim, to listen to his voice, and to cleave to him. For he is your life, and the length of your days, to dwell upon the land that YAHAWAH swore to your forefathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to give them. So this has nothing to do with dying. Final precept. Let's go ahead and show you that your salvation comes while you're alive. So you know what? I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say final precept. Let's keep going. Ezekiel 18. Let's go to Ezekiel 18, man. Ezekiel 18. And we're going to go to verse number 32. It says, for I do not desire death of the one who should die. The word of the Most High Elohim, the Most High YAHAWAH Elohim, turn yourselves back and live. So the Most High is telling you, he has no pleasure in killing you. He wants you to live. So when JC says you have to die to be with him, that's the covenant with death. That has nothing to do with YAHAWAH. I don't care what these places tell you. It has nothing to do. Read that again. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 32. For I do not desire the death of the one who should die. The word of the Most High YAHAWAH Elohim, turn yourself back and live. All right, now final precept. Let's go to Psalm. Let's go to Book of Psalms, 146. This is to prove that the Most High has nothing to do with that. Your salvation is when you're alive. And we're going to have a small commentary after this just to make it clear. Psalm 146, verse 1 and 2. It says, Psalm 146, verse 1 and 2. It says, Hallelujah. Excuse me, I'm tongue tied. Hallelujah. Praise Yahweh. O my soul, I will praise Yahweh while I live. I will make music to Elohim while I exist. I'm going to read that again. I will praise Yahweh while I live. I will make music to my Elohim while I exist. Why is that? Let's just make this real clear, y'all. It has nothing to do with death. Let's make it real clear and easy. If I have a dog and my dog dies and I go out and I bury him in the yard, can I give him salvation? No, I can't. He's dead. He can't have salvation. So when they're telling you that JC died for you, in order for you to die to have salvation, you really got to slow it down and really listen to what's being said. Like, it's madness. That's just what it is. So really think about it. The Most High gives you life and he preserves your life. He doesn't need you to make yourself a blood sacrifice. And anywhere you go, where they're teaching you that something died for you, that there's a blood covenant with death, and that you have to die in order to reach the Most High, that is the covenant with death. Come to the water, YAHAWAH, the covenant of life. Then I just want to say all praise to the Most High. Thank you for anybody who came through. The covenant of life, y'all, not the covenant of death. It's two totally different things. Don't get it twisted. Shemaiah, Yashala, Elohim, Yahweh, God. Shalom, y'all.